In this presentation, you are going to learn thoroughly about capacitors. Capacitors are otherwise called as condensers. It's a charge storing device, so in which electric charges can be stored up. Different kind of capacitors are available in the market with different values. Here few typical examples are given in the picture. Here the value of capacitor, that is capacitance, that is measured in terms of farad, that is the unit of the capacitance. But practically the capacitors are available in microfarad values or in picofarad values. Here these capacitors, they are working on the principle of electrostatic induction. Different kind of capacitors pictures are shown nearby, so they are also available in the market. Depends on the need, we are able to purchase the required capacitors with the specific values. Now we are going to see the parts of the capacitors. If the capacitor is opened or dismantled, there you could see two metallic strips. In between the two metallic strips, sometimes air may be there, but in practically in between two metallic plates, some insulating material may be inserted. That insulating material is called dielectrics. To improve the capacitance value, that is charge storing capacity value, that insulators dielectrics are introduced. Nearby in the picture, the inner content of the capacitor is shown there. Just below to that picture, the real capacitor and its parts are given. In between two metallic strips, there you could see the insulator, that is dielectric. Everything is scrolled within the metallic cylindrical sections. Here the symbol of the capacitor is also given in the slide. Here two parallel plates are shown here. This is the symbol of the capacitor. If any arrowhead is drawn over this, it shows that the capacitance value can be varied. Such kind of capacitors are called variable capacitors. If the arrowhead is not there, it shows that the capacitor is having fixed value of capacitance. In this slide, you could see a photo of the capacitor. In this picture, on the surface of the outer surface of the capacitor, there you could see a value called 2200 microfarad. That is nothing but capacitance of the capacitor. That value that indicates the charge storing capacity of the capacitor. Usually the capacitance value is measured in terms of farad, but it is a very larger unit, but practically few units are used. They are called as millifarad, microfarad and picofarad. So it depends on the size and nature of the capacitor, the units may vary. In this slide, we are going to derive the relation between Q, V and C. Let us see the meaning of Q, V and C. What is Q? Q means charge stored in the capacitor. V means potential difference supplied across the two plates of the capacitor. What is C? C means capacitance of the capacitor. These three have to be related by an equation. First we will understand the relation between Q, V and C. Here I am going to vary the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor. The two plates of the capacitor, they are connected across a battery. If the potential difference is increased from 0 volt to 1.5 volt, automatically the charge stored in the plates will also increase. It shows that Q is directly proportional to V. The meaning is, when potential difference is increased, charge stored on the plate will also be increased. When these two are varied, in between there is a constant is there. That name of the constant is called C. That C is nothing but capacitance. So the capacitance of the capacitor will always be a constant. Let us substitute the value of Q and V in the formula. Q is equal to CV. Therefrom you will get the expression C is equal to Q by V. In this simulation, the potential difference given is 1.5 volt. The respective charge value is 2.66 into 10 to the power of minus 13 coulomb. After substitution and then finding the answer, you will get C value is 0.18 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad. This value will be always constant. Now in this simulation, I am going to reduce the voltage, that is potential difference across the plates, from 1.5 volt to 0.55 volt. After reducing the potential difference, you could observe the charge stored on the plates. Automatically, when the potential difference is reduced, there will be a considerable decrease in the charge stored on the capacitor. That is, when potential difference is decreased, charge stored on the plates will also be decreased. That change you could observe in the simulation. The potential difference will be the value of 0.557 volt. The corresponding charge value will be 0.99 into 10 to the power of minus 13 coulomb. Substitute both the two values in the fundamental formula C is equal to Q by V. After that you will get 0.18 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad. In the previous simulation also you got the same C value, that is 0.18 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad. That value will be always a constant, that you have to understand. Then finally we are proving that charge stored on the capacitor, that is Q, is directly proportional to potential difference V, that is across the capacitor. Finally you have to understand that the C is a constant. In this simulation, we are going to learn how the electric field changes when the potential difference across the plate is changed. Here, first let us see the relation between the electric field and potential difference. Already in the previous concepts, we have learned one fundamental formula called E is equal to minus dV by dx. Therefrom, we can write the expression called E is equal to V by d, or we can write it as V is equal to Ed. So here d to be kept constant, d is not going to be varied. So finally we can write it as E is directly proportional to V, that is electric field is directly proportional to V. The meaning is, when V is increased, E will also increase. When V is decreased, E will also decrease. Let us see the two simulations one by one. Initially, the value of potential difference V is kept at 1.5 volt in the battery, and look at the lines of force between the two plates. Here more number of lines of force are appearing. It shows that the strength of the electric field is also more. Okay, and then nearby in the another simulation, the voltage is reduced from 1.5 volt to 0.55 volt. Automatically you can see the lesser number of electric lines of force in between the plates. It shows that electric field is decreased. So this is the final conclusion. E is directly proportional to V. In this simulation, you are going to learn the two processes which are taking place in the case of capacitor. They are called as charging and discharging process. Let us see the charging process first. Initially, the two plates of the capacitor, they are connected across a cell or battery. When appropriate potential difference is given across the plates of the capacitor, the appropriate amount of charges will be stored up. So the adding the charges on the surface of the capacitor is called charging process. After attaining the maximum limit of the charges, the two ends of the plates, they have to be disconnected from the cell and they have to be connected across a bulb. Now all the stored energy, all the stored charges, they starts flowing from one end of the plate of the capacitor to another end of the plate of the capacitor in the form of electric current. So when stored charges, when they are converted in the form of current, the bulb starts glowing. So after discharging process gets over, there won't be any charges on the plate of the capacitor. This name of the process is called discharging process. Again, the empty discharged plates, again they could be connected across the cell for charging process. So the charging and discharging process, that one will happen alternatively in the case of a capacitor.